A keto or ketogenic diet is a low-carb, moderate protein, higher fat diet that can help you burn fat more effectively. It has many benefits for weight loss, health, and performance, as shown in over 50 studies. Point 1 That's why it's recommended by so many doctors. Point 2. A keto diet can be especially useful for losing excess body fat without hunger and for improving type 2 diabetes. Point 3-4. Here, you'll learn how to eat a keto diet based on real foods. Get started with our visual guides, recipes, meal plans, and simple 2-week Get Started program. It's everything you need to succeed on Keto 1. What is a keto diet? The keto diet is a very low-carb, higher-fat diet. It's similar in many ways to other low-carb diets. While you eat far fewer carbohydrates on a keto diet, you maintain moderate protein consumption and may increase your intake of fat. The reduction in carb intake puts your body in a metabolic state called ketosis, where fat, from your diet and from your body, is burned for energy. A keto, or ketogenic, diet is so named because it causes your body to produce small fuel molecules called ketones. 5 This is an alternative fuel source for your body that can be used when blood sugar, glucose, is in short supply. When you eat very few carbs or very few calories, your liver produces ketones from fat. These ketones then serve as a fuel source throughout the body, especially for the brain. Point 6. The brain is a hungry organ that consumes lots of energy every day, and it can't run on fat directly. It can only run on glucose, or ketones. On a ketogenic diet, your entire body switches its fuel supply to run mostly on fat, burning fat 24/7. When insulin levels drop very low, fat burning can increase dramatically. It becomes easier to access your fat stores to burn them off. Point 8. This is great if you're trying to lose weight, but there can also be other benefits, such as less hunger and a steady supply of energy, without the sugar peaks and valleys that often occur when eating high-carb meals. This may help keep you alert and focused. Point 9. When the body produces ketones, it enters a metabolic state called ketosis. The fastest way to get there is by fasting, not eating anything, but nobody can consistently fast forever. Point 10. A keto diet, on the other hand, also results in ketosis and can be eaten indefinitely. It has many of the benefits of fasting, including weight loss, without having to fast long-term. What's the most important thing to do to reach ketosis? Avoid eating too many carbs. You'll likely need to keep carb intake under 50 grams of net carbs per day, ideally below 20 grams. Point 14. The fewer the carbs, the more effective the diet appears to be for reaching ketosis, losing weight, or improving type 2 diabetes. Point 15. Counting carbs can be helpful at first. But if you stick to our recommended foods and recipes, you can stay keto even without counting. Try to avoid. Here's what you should avoid on a keto diet: foods containing a lot of carbs, both the sugary and the starchy kind. This includes starchy foods like bread, pasta, rice, and potatoes. These foods are very high in carbs. The numbers are grams of net carbs per 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, unless otherwise noted. Point 16. Also avoid or limit highly processed foods and instead follow our whole foods keto diet advice. You should also avoid low-fat diet products. A keto diet should be moderately high in protein and will probably be higher in fat, since fat provides the energy you're no longer getting from carbohydrate. Low-fat products usually provide too many carbs and not enough protein and fat. Point 17. More specific advice on what to eat, and what not to eat. What to drink. What can you drink on a ketogenic diet? Water is the perfect drink, and coffee or tea are fine too. Ideally, use no sweeteners, especially sugar. Point 18. A splash of milk or cream in your coffee or tea is okay, but beware that the carbs can add up if you drink multiple cups in a day, and definitely avoid cafe lattes. How to get into ketosis on a keto diet. Here are the 7 most important things to increase your level of ketosis, ranked from most to least important. Restrict carbohydrates to 20 digestible grams per day or less, a strict low-carb or keto diet. Fiber does not have to be restricted, it might even be beneficial for ketosis. Eat enough fat to feel satisfied. A keto low-carb diet is normally a higher fat diet, because fat supplies the energy that you are no longer getting from carbs. 51 This is the big difference between a keto diet and starvation, which also results in ketosis. A keto diet is sustainable while starvation is not. 52 If you feel as if you're starving, you're likely to feel tired and want to give up your diet. But a ketogenic diet should help you avoid getting too hungry, making it sustainable and possibly making you feel great. Maintain a moderate protein intake. A keto diet is not meant to be a very high protein diet. We recommend 1.2 to 1.7 grams of protein per kilogram of reference body weight per day. 54 This means about 100 grams of protein per day if your lean body mass weight is around 70 kilos, 155 pounds. Check out our target protein ranges to find out how much protein you should be aiming for each day. If necessary, add intermittent fasting. For example, skip breakfast and only eat during 8 hours of the day, fasting for 16 hours, i.e. 16 to 8 fasting. This is effective at boosting ketone levels, as well as accelerating weight loss and improving insulin resistance. 60 It's also usually easy to do on keto. Add exercise. Adding any kind of physical activity while on low carb can increase ketone levels moderately. 61 It can also help speed up weight loss and improve type 2 diabetes. 62 Exercise is not necessary to get into ketosis, but it may be helpful. Add exercise. Adding any kind of physical activity while on low carb can increase ketone levels moderately. 61 It can also help speed up weight loss and improve type 2 diabetes. 62 Exercise is not necessary to get into ketosis, but it may be helpful. Sleep enough and minimize stress. Most people benefit from a minimum of 7 hours of sleep per night, on average. And try to keep stress under control. Sleep deprivation and stress hormones raise blood sugar levels, slowing ketosis and weight loss. 63 Plus they might make it harder to stick to a keto diet and resist temptations. 64 So while handling sleep and stress will not get you into ketosis on their own, they are still worth thinking about.